And a warm welcome to all of you. Thank you for joining us here today for another episode of Conversations with Michael. We come together each month to act as supports to one another during one of the most challenging and uplifting times for any human being. We welcome all of you who are watching on Facebook, YouTube, or on our Vimeo channel. And for those that are watching on our website, at the end of the show, you can download a free text version of today's live stream in over 100 different languages. I also want to thank you, all of you that chose to participate in our live online workshop it's only been 48 hours ago, called Light in Motion. You know, Michael has never been shy about sharing his passion for helping to guide us back to our own divine state of consciousness. And during this workshop, his energy reached another level. If you missed the live presentation and would like to experience it for yourself, well, the video can now be rented as a video on demand in our online store with 90 days access for $75. We have updated the format of both our live workshops and the on-demand videos to better serve a wider audience of awakened human beings. You now have the choice to participate in our workshops with or without a private session. Feel free to check it out as we are streaming again live here from our home studio in the absolutely beautiful Willamette Valley of Oregon. A sunny day with spring at an all-time high. Just love being on Earth on days like here today. So let's begin today's session by taking that collective deep breath as we once again allow all those energies that are here today in service to you, in service to your own life. A life that asked all of you to make a very profound choice, and at times it feels awkward. To be on this planet, grounded in your physical body, but not of it. It's a choice that finally allows you to experience a reality that isn't conflicted. One that has, well, for the most part, transcended the age of the warrior, which isn't good news for anyone who enjoys playing a part in all those power games. So today, with Michael by our side, you've been invited to lay down your sword once again, to take that deep dive inside yourself to find the source of these battles, which, as many of you have discovered, changes your life in a very dramatic way, one human being at a time. We recognize that this might take some time for this become the new standard for a collective reality, but as you radiate your light, it offers an opportunity for all of humanity to wake up to a new way of living, a new way of being human, a way of life that embraces a true passion for freedom. And if you're tired of fighting for it, there is another way. As all of you have already experienced, it's not an easy choice, but it does break a never-ending cycle of pushing back against what you haven't allowed to exist inside of us, inside of you. So thank you again for your service, all of you, to a new way of being. And let's take another deep breath as I once again allow my soul and Michael to step forward. Greetings, dear ones. It is I, Michael. There's so much going on in the world right now as we speak. It can take your breath away. It does me. It can take your breath away. A lot of really good-hearted, well-meaning people are trying to make sense of a world in turmoil. Everyone here is playing a part on this planet. But the part that many of you are playing doesn't appear, at least from the outside, to have much of an impact on world affairs. Only because your human family, for the most part, has removed itself almost entirely from being, the being part of creation. And to make that real, it requires taking that deep dive into your own inner reality. What did all of you discover? Well, such a choice is not for the faint of heart. Indeed, it is not. But it does offer a solution to these battles that appear to be outside of you. It's not the most popular choice, but it does offer the potential to now experience a reality that isn't conflicted. So, to this small but very potent group of human beings that we have the honor of serving, you won't win any medals. You won't win any awards for discovering your soul's presence. But you will discover a part of you that is already free. So this is a really good time for all who are at the leading edge of a major shift of consciousness on this planet to do something really incredible. And today would be a very good day to do what? Yes, to put your light into motion. How do we do that? It's time, my friends, to hit the pause button. In your old story, that makes zero sense, given the state of your current world. Hitting the pause button feels like giving up. It feels like you're just allowing the current virus, allowing the current tyrants to do whatever they want. But to those that we serve, we're no longer in that reality, are we? Take a deep breath with that. Are we? Are we still in that reality? We made this very clear in our workshop 48 hours ago. Most of you watching today, well, you no longer subscribe to a fear-based reality. You don't allow such a reality to sabotage your own creations. It requires of you to be present. Oh, not just with your mind, but with your soul's presence. Take a deep breath. And let's feel that eternal presence inside of you, your soul. And what do you notice? Are you allowing it to communicate with you energetically? Very good. This part of you has participated in countless stories, most of them well before Earth was even created. Take another deep breath and let your human part feel the support from this presence. This part of you that has not only witnessed countless battles, but countless celebrations as well. There is nothing it has it already experienced well before what is happening right now on this planet, except for one thing: the emergence of a reality inside of thousands of human beings on this planet at the same time. This is the part that all of you agreed to play. A reality that is free of these power games. It wasn't guaranteed, nor is it your destiny. It had to be allowed by you individually to respect your free will. And slowly, over all your lifetimes, it now resides in thousands of human beings right now living on this planet. Yes, we know that represents a very small minority, but it had to start somewhere. We are witnessing right now, alongside all the conflicts, there is an uprising, a passionate, ecstatic expression of love unlike anything we have witnessed before. As more and more human beings, more than ever before, are now allowing their soul's presence to be present. Is it time, dear ones, to march in the streets declaring this newfound freedom is real? No. No. It's time, my friends, to hit the pause button in your own life. Let yourself experience what is also happening behind the scenes on this planet. Oh, we get it. It won't make the front page. It won't be televised. But this presence can be felt. It is being felt in a variety of ways. Thousands of human beings are consciously allowing their own soul to do what? Right now, with so many of you watching here today, to love your human back. Are you allowing it? Because it's been a long time since any human being has felt this. But of course, not all of humanity is feeling it. Their human part is being bombarded by numerous distractions. Yes, from the world outside of them, but mainly unconsciously from within themselves. Because it is from within where it all starts. Hit the pause button once again. And listen to what is really going on inside of you, where it all starts. All those thoughts, all those conflicted emotions. For a lot of you, it's time to take ownership of your own inner reality. What does that mean? It means if your inner dialogue isn't thinking how honored it is to now serve your magnificence, then my friends, those are not your thoughts. They are not yours to own, nor are the emotions that are under the domain of these thoughts. Any thought that doesn't serve your heart is now background noise. You don't need to push back. Simply feel the presence of your soul and allow that presence to work its magic on your mind. And to your mind, it does feel magical. Inside of every single one of you, there has always existed a very sacred space. It is your space and only yours. Can you get a sense of what we are sharing here today? We know it's not new, but it's so easy to get distracted inside of this human experience. Oh, you could travel to the Himalayas and find a similar place high in the mountains, kind of cold. But you also have such a space inside of you. You can't control all the noise outside of you, but you can change the quality of noise that exists within you. Let's hit that pause button once again. Notice the parts of you that get a little agitated every time you do pause your life. Acknowledge them here, right now, today. Oh, you can't get rid of them, but you can drastically alter how they might be influencing the quality of your life. Let's try that right now. Let's pull your attention from all those inner distractions and just place it on your breath. And as you inhale, with every breath you take, see if you are willing to feel. And it's based on your willingness here. You have the freedom to feel this way about yourself anytime you want. Are you willing to feel a deep and sincere appreciation for you? Just for you. Nobody else but you. For some of you, it's been a while, has it not? You got so distracted by that inner noise. What appears to be outside of you is even louder. It might take a while to feel this, but really, you've come this far. What else is there to do? Truly. You have relied on others to show their appreciation for all that you do. And what have you discovered? Humanity has really tested your patience. How long does it take for another human being to show just a little appreciation for all that you are? So you did something really bold. You just stopped waiting for a pat on the back. You stopped waiting for that promotion or pay raise. You stopped relying on what others think about you. And then you did the impossible, or so it seemed. You started to love yourself as being the most beautiful being, the most precious being in all of creation. This isn't an ego trip. This is a sincere, heartfelt feeling of appreciation just for you. And much to your surprise, that choice made it really easy for your soul to now coexist with your human part. Maybe going to the Himalayas really isn't such a good idea. When you got your own sacred space inside of you, a space that is free of all those conflicted emotions, free of all those unspoken agendas, free of all the power games. And to the doing part of you that finds this sacred space kind of boring, well, that part is still looking for energy outside of you. This sacred space is the home of your being part. Let's hit the pause button again and just feel your being part offering freely to support your doing part. Yes, we know. Without any drama, it can feel really boring to other parts of you. But over time, you'll begin to sense all that is going on inside this sacred space. Here, it's not limited to your conditioned perceptions of reality. And because of that, it can also feel a little scary to your doing parts. Inside this sacred space resides something truly unique. What do you feel here? What are you feeling? So many of you right now, indeed, it's your freedom. How long has it been since you allowed yourself to feel such a thing? Let's hit the pause button again. Pausing in your life in the name of your freedom. Because you and I both know, for some of you, it's been a while. Which explains why your doing part is feeling a little uneasy about this space. And for those of you that have allowed this space to now exist in your life, what did you discover? Indeed, it's true. The power games don't exist here. Meaning, it won't allow itself to be managed or controlled. Translated into human terms, it won't play the role of a victim or the oppressor. The space we are speaking of is so far removed from the collective consciousness of humanity that it appears to them not to exist at all. Oh, you have plenty of theories, concepts, and a variety of beliefs, but this space we speak of can't be found by looking through a magnifying glass or a telescope or jumping into a spaceship. It does not exist outside of you. It exists because of you. That eternal part of you. And to those that we have the honor of serving, your service during these intense times of transformation is very similar to how the angelic realm served you earlier in this lifetime and in previous lifetimes, simply by shining our light. A light that is non-invasive. In other words, it won't do for you what you're not willing to do for yourself. It won't fix your life, but it will inspire you to reclaim this light as being a part of you. That choice will change your life forever. And for those of you that are new to our service, well, spend some time on our website and see if what we are offering really resonates with you. But most importantly, Right now, today, let's take this moment to pause your life. Stop doing long enough to feel what is really going on inside of you. Your physical, emotional, and mental well-being now relies on a type of support that is new to them. It asks of you to allow that support to now support you. At the core of your soul exists what we call the original self. Inside of each and every one of you, through the eyes of your soul, you honor the gift that was handed down eons ago by allowing the original self to know itself as you too. Such a choice has been called many things. Enlightenment is perhaps the most common. What it offers in return is your freedom. This freedom that we speak of is your birthright. You don't have to earn it. You deserve it just by being alive. It's why you're here. To reclaim what has always been inside of you. My friends, it's time to hit the pause button. Just feel into the very subtle presence of this being part of you. Don't make the mistake, as so many others have, thinking that being subtle, vulnerable, is defenseless when confronted by the doing part. This very subtle presence we speak of knows who and what it is. It also knows it gave birth to the doing part. Its strength is based on compassion and patience. And it has been very, very patient for a very, very long time. It has no agenda. And when your doing part is ready to stop playing games, this presence invites that part of itself to serve it. Not as a servant, not as a slave, but as a mutual partner. It's time to hit the pause button and to allow that which gives birth to all life to now be in your life, radiating its own magnificence for all to feel. The age of the warrior is no more. It's been an incredible adventure. Will the warrior lay its sword down in service to what creates life gracefully? Of course not. It's addicted to the battle. You're seeing that play out for all to see on this planet. Hit the pause button and let your soul love your human part back. I thank my partner, Robert, for allowing me to share this message today. I know the energy that we shared in our workshop 48 hours ago was a little overwhelming, but it needed to be expressed in that way. Because now is your time not to procrastinate. It's time to step forward. And as we bring today's gathering to a close, we want to remind all of you, what you are experiencing on this planet at this time appears to be a battle once again between the light and the dark. It is a perception that you brought with you from the non-physical realms. But here as a human being, a few of you had the courage to look within. And what you discovered was but the shadow of your own light. You became more comfortable coexisting with opposites of yourself, or so they appear. You discovered that self-love has a way of changing everything inside of you. And now, through the eyes of the core of your soul, so many of you can feel the light of the original self, even if it's but a flicker, in a variety of beings, human or otherwise. The battle between the light and dark was a part of a very, very old story. My friends, did any of those battles bring you any closer to the presence of the original self? Because if they did, there is nothing to fight. This is where we are going. Not because you should, but simply because we can. Speaking on behalf of all of your non-physical counterparts, thank you for sharing this physical human experience with us. Thank you for allowing us to love you back and allowing that love, our light, to touch the hearts and minds of this beautiful human family. Thank you, my friends, for your service to a light that is not conflicted, that has no agenda, and does not battle. Your role in all of this is to offer tangible evidence that such a light, consciousness itself, is real in the form of a human being, one that has no agenda, but whose radiance can change an entire universe and beyond. That change is taking place as we speak, at a speed we have never seen, never witnessed before, because of you, allowing us to be with you too. All of our blessings, dear ones.